I'm sure you were expecting to hear the voice of a beautiful elf or a wise wizard, so they could spin you a tale of gold and ancient evils. But that is not this story. No, this is a story of 4 friends that call Middle-earth home. A dwarf of the line of Durin's kin, who is obsessed with knowledge instead of gold. An elf of Rivendell, sworn to serve and protect the descendants of a once great house. A banished dwarf, seeking glory and proof that there is more to life than what lies under a mountain. And a hobbit of the Shire, who collects treasures of the smallest kind. Together, with their strength, wits, and heart, they will face the growing shadows of the East, bringing light where there is darkness.
And you guys arrive, and you see a incredibly ramshackled establishment. The roof slopes. You can see from the exterior that there are holes. You think that there are probably more holes than you can see, but the ivy and lichen sort of covers the top of this thing in a way that disguises several holes. You can see that several additions were made to this Forsaken Inn of varying age and haphazard building quality. And you also see that the establishment itself is laden with horses, donkeys, and what appears to be a small caravan, of which you do see a couple people milling about, but most of the people are inside. As the 4 of you clip-clop your way up to the Forsaken Inn, there are a handful of hitching posts left out there, and if you cannot find one, there are plenty of trees around to tie off your horse and or pony.
We should tread extremely carefully in here. People are generally not as amicable to outsiders they haven't met before. Let's see what we can find out before we start giving any information of our own.
And look, there's a few dwarves here, and between me and you, Yoldrick, we're not really liked by most dwarves, so maybe we should just,
We've earned that, and
I'm just saying, this ain't a place for a fight,
our aims are true. We are only attempting to rid the world of darkness.
I'm with you. I'm just saying we should see what side of the line they stand on before we go barging in there. Because, it's not just our lives on the line. Look at old Willie. Look how cute he is. You're going to put him in danger.
You enter into this ramshackled establishment. You see a handful of human men, human women, and 4 dwarves, all male. Elverneth, you will immediately look around and you do not clock anyone who fits the description that you are most accustomed to when dealing with Rangers of the North. You do see a waifish, weathered, and wily bartender behind the till. You know his name's Jack, and as soon as the 4 of you sort of get into the room, Jack kind of peers over and he says, "There ain't no rooms."
We don't need rooms. Do you have drink?
Aye.
Take a drink. Do you happen to know how someone can get in touch with Malor?
Who? Is it a friend of yours?
It's a ranger.
Oh, Tarry Mac. Older fella, yes. Right?
Yes. Where can I find
Yeah,
him?
no, he was in earlier. He had, you can't miss him. He's got a face on him that'll sour one of my beers. Sit yourself down. He'll be back. He's in every day or so. He was in earlier and he fucked off down the road. They come and go, those Rangers of the North, protecting the people or whatever. I don't. He'll be back, I assume. He's welcome to sit. However, it is Willie, the curious hobbit, one who cannot be left alone and one who cannot sit still. While left to his own devices on what he was told is watch, you move around the tavern out of misplaced boredom, and you find something behind the bar. There's a backpack. Does not look like something that belongs to Jack. The backpack is replete with a bedroll, seemingly supplies. It looks weathered. It looks waxed canvas, as if it were to survive a storm. You see it stashed behind the bar. Not quite hidden, just placed there off to the side, as if someone forgot some luggage. Elverneth, your shift goes completely normal, as is promised by the gentleman leading the caravan. He is up before dawn, and he is rallying the groups. Whether your allies wake up at that time or not, you are awake. But as the caravan gets ready to leave, still no sign of Malor or this Tarrymac. Arise, minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming. We are here. We are back for episode 12, as cold as ice, of our Shattered Crown One Ring 2nd Edition campaign here. As always, if you guys like what we do here and you want to support the channel, the best way to do that is over on our Patreon. Link in the description down below. While you're down there, click on that Discord link. Join us in the Discord. Be a part of the community. Be a part of the conversation. And as always, in the bottom right-hand corner, which we've already gotten started, is the Corruption Bar. That bar serves two purposes. One is when that bar fills, I do terrible things. And we just discussed that terrible things are coming soon. And two, every single dollar that goes into that bar goes back to these wonderful, amazing faces that you see here before you. With that, you saw the recap. We start back at the Forsaken Inn. Dawn has come, and the caravan is about to roll out. Willie, Glofrim, Yoldrick, all asleep, restful in their beds of hay. Elverneth, you are awake. It is your shift to watch, and the caravan begins to load up to leave. I do believe you had some questions you wanted to ask. Are you going to rouse your friends or ask them solo?
Well, I wouldn't want to rob Glofrim of a chance to say goodbye to her beloved. I've picked up a little vibe that Glofrim might like. The other dwarf, Narvig, right? Yes, I can't forget that name. Yeah, so I will, as I see them all start to head in that direction, with plenty of time before they actually are ready to go, I will go and rouse my friends.
Well, technically, one of your friends is already aroused. Welcome to the show.
Wow. Oh, let's just stop now.
Dot, you did this. You did this to yourself. You put us here. You said, "Oh, a tall, older dwarf."
All right, fine. All right, you see Glofrim snuggled, like a little cozy dwarf in the hay, and you can see her book is open where she's been scribbling all night long on her what was supposed to be watch duty, a new tune. And she's fallen asleep, with what is actually her like hammer, that she just kind of strung a string on, and she's just kind of, she's plucked away at it all night trying to get right what is, the Ballad of Narvig. And she's snoring now. Narvig.
Push at her shoulder and say, Glofrim. They're going to be leaving soon. We should get up if we wanted to speak with anyone before they left.
Oh. Yes. We should do that. That sounds like a good idea. Let me just gather me things.
You got a little.
Oh.
Yeah.
How's my hair?
Hold on. And I pull some hay out of the back.
Okay.
Better.
All right. Well, and my mustache.
I pull out a small little hand mirror in a bag and I hold it up for you.
Okay. Just a little curl, little attitude.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you were going for exactly, so.
Well, wait, wait. I can't see him off. I have to do it from a distance, or it'll ruin me love story.
Um, I'm not sure I follow that. If how is it a love story if nothing happens?
Because there's yearning and burning.
Well, you're about to say goodbye.
No, I said goodbye last night with me eyes and limbus spread.
That's all that. There were other words I would have used, but okay.
It's you believe in magics, right? You're an elf, yeah?
I do believe in magic.
Okay. Do you believe in the magic of love?
Love is certainly very powerful.
And you believe in the magics of song and written word?
Hmm.
And the story needs the perfect ending. And if I go out there and bumble myself, instead of just yearning from afar, oh, that's how I should end the song. See?
Okay. But you don't ever actually want to be with him?
Well, that would ruin my story. I mean, maybe one day. Oh, a second song, like an ending to the story. Valid one. We'll have to see where the story takes us.
I mean, if you don't say goodbye or anything else to him, I think that's the end of it. If
Oh,
he tries to say
we're
goodbye
in a
or
barn.
going to
Yes, we're in a
what?
barn. A barn where the right, Mike.
You
Great.
are in a barn. Yeah.
There's got to be like one of those big upper level windows. Can I see the caravan from the barn?
Just for this, there is not, but there is an upper level with a hole in the wall.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
So
not
you
very
can
romantic.
it's less romantic, but you can see him.
You
Okay.
climb up there.
Yeah, but there's no. Okay, fine. I'll make a bigger hole. I
Um,
do. I
Wait,
climb
no.
up.
Let's
Wait.
not. Let's not make bigger holes.
I don't know if I'll fit through that one. I guess I'm going out the front door. So I go, just watch. And I run
Okay.
out the front door. Is the caravan leaving or are they just
Because this has taken so long, the caravan, much like a train in the 1920s, it's just chugging down the street
And I see
as
'em.
you run out there in
And I
slow
see 'em.
motion. Yeah, oh yeah, you see him.
great? I pull a really gross hanky from my corset.
The only kind you have.
And I he's a hanky. I flag him down.
You
And I
flag
just say
Narvik down.
Narvik. Narvik. May the road treat you well, me love.
You see him turn and wave back at you, and you're convinced his eyes are starstruck. Elverneth, if you're watching with your keen elven eyes, you can tell.
Yes, I
you
am.
can tell that his face is very confused as to who that dwarf is.
He's my
As he
muse.
waves as the caravan slowly trundles down the road, and he turns back, and you can see him like thumb over his shoulder and like talk to the other dwarf. And your best guess is he's asking who the hell that is.
See? I turned around and go, no, see, wasn't that romantic? The yearning between us. It was
is
palpable.
only a life experience of 2,500 years, 2,300
Magic.
years.
It was magic.
The reason
And look,
why
I wrote a song. Do you know how long it's been since I've been, inspired to write a song? He's me muse. So I can't. Well, it's all done now.
yeah,
Turn the page.
only 2,300 years of life experience is keeping Elverneth's face completely stoic right now. I can't.
Thank you for waking me for such a poetic end into an important, life journey, really, for me. I should tell Willie. Willie! And I like running the barn. Willie,
He's also there.
wake up! I got something to tell you.
Wait! I've got a question. GM.
Yes.
Wasn't the last thing that I was doing was I found a backpack?
That is true. On your shift, you found a backpack behind the bar
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you were snooping around. You found it. Looks like
Yeah.
a weathered backpack with a bedroll on it. And then your shift ended and you were relieved by Elverneth, and this is her shift.
Okay. I
He
would
wanted
like
to try to steal the backpack.
Yeah, I took the backpack.
Well, sleeping right in front of the backpack is Jack, the barkeep.
Why is the barkeep? What? The barkeep wasn't there.
Yes, he was.
No,
Absolutely.
he wasn't.
Absolutely was. He's there the entire
What?
night, all night long. He's the only other person in that room.
What?
And if you ask
Don't
him why,
remember that at all.
and if you ask him why, he'll say, "'Cause it'll stop everyone from stealing from me."
Gee, back me up. Don't
No,
remember that.
I have to
I
side
think
with
he-
Mike on this
I think
one.
it was there.
I hate to say that he was right.
That was gross. Disgusting. Awful.
I wrote it in my
Eat it.
notes.
Yeah, I don't remember him being there. I remember there being the backpack. Oh damn it, G. Oh wait, what? I think that was the episode G was not here for.
It was, I think so.
G, I don't think you were here. Okay. Well, then I couldn't go to the backpack. Okay. So
He's
yeah.
just he's gonna give you a backpack clue and let you rummage around there without some sort of, obstacles.
I mean, I'm a hobbit. I could have rummaged around without being noticed anyways.
But you didn't. It was the end of the episode.
Okay, whatever.
Willie! Stop
Oh.
dreaming about backpacks and wake up.
Christ.
We don't do a talk or anything.
What?
We
No.
good?
Look, guess what?
What?
I wrote a song. I wrote a song about Narvik, a ballad of love and yearning and passion. But his love is the road.
What time is it?
Well, it's time for the caravan to leave, of course.
But
After daybreak.
Son,
is it time for us to get up, or we still got a couple hours to sleep?
well, that begs the question. Did you have any business with the caravan?
No, I had no business with the caravan.
I looked at Elevor. Did you have business with the caravan?
No, we need to find the ranger contact here.
Right.
Oh, well,
Well,
are you gonna
um,
sing a song? A little morning.
no, it's
Little
I
morning
haven't. No, I haven't perfected it yet. I promise I'll sing it for you when it's quite ready. But it's got to be perfect. And Elevornith inspired me to maybe write a second part to the story. Maybe when he comes back, but he can't stay.
Oh, okay. A full-on ballad. Is there a breakfast ready, or?
Well, there's lembas bread.
No, I'm not eating any lamb spread this morning. We'll save that for the more desperate times.
I guess we could go back into the tavern and see if they've got breakfast. We should.
I'm already on it. I'm
he's-
already on it.
And I put, he's sleeping so soundly. Should we wake him? Look at him.
Oh, Alverneth is already waking him up.
Um,
Trying to.
The caravan's leaving. You got any business with them?
I would probably just wish him a farewell, but other than that, no.
Oh,
Why
I
are
did
we
that for
awake?
all of us.
Oh, well, thank you.
Oh, you're so very welcome. It was truly my pleasure. It helped put an ending, to my song.
Okay. Well,
Um,
I'm very glad that you've written the song. Why are we awake?
well, because we got things to do.
Oh,
Sun's up.
oh, okay. Sorry. Let me just freshen up.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I will go back into the main room and see if anyone else has arrived.
Unfortunately, as you head back to the inn, the only person you see now remaining inside is Jack.
This guy.
Cool.
And he is leaned back on a barrel, head against a shelf, feet up on a counter, snoring.
Snuck and got in that backpack.
Are you trying to gather your things and shuffle in and steal that backpack?
Eventually.
You criminal? Okay. Elvrond, that's the only thing you see in here. As a cursory glance, you walk in, you see Jack snoozing. The place is, I mean, it's difficult to say the place is a mess, given how you saw it yesterday. There are less people, but there might be more trash. But also, the people might have been just disguising the trash. So you're not entirely sure if the place is dirtier than it was when you showed up yesterday. But it is a mess. What do you do?
I will actually take a walk around the area.
Inside or outside?
Outside.
Okay.
I'm gonna go walk a couple circles around this in the forest.
Perfect. Okay, so you begin to walk around. I will get back to you. What is everyone else doing?
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I've just cleaned up and got my armor on, so yeah, I'm probably good for some grub too.
Okay. Glowfrom, are you just in the throes of passion? What are you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'm just going. Breakfast sounds great.
Just smitten. I feel like very, very Pepe Le Pew, right? There's just like we see Glowfrom with like hard eyes and just floating
as much
off
as
the
a dwarf can float.
yeah. The
to
mustache is
breakfast.
the mustache is the wings.
Yeah, sure. I come in the door and I go, I'm ready. I could use fresh plate of fruit and salted meat.
Those are fucking lofty wishes. I don't know.
I didn't say I had to get it. I just said I'm inspired to speak my mind.
Yeah. There is sat on the counter. There is a half moon block of cheese, and there is bread, a loaf of bread with a chunk taken out that is suspiciously mouth shaped in general, and the cheese. You're not entirely sure if perhaps. Jack, in his free time, is some sort of avant-garde cheese connoisseur, and this is a cheese you haven't heard of. But this cheese does have several spots of greenish-blue mold on it. Whether it's supposed to be there or not, who's to say?
Just scrape it off.
Fucking gross. That is the only thing that makes for food in this establishment, which may have been Jack's dinner last night. You're not entirely sure. It doesn't seem to be presented in a way that says, please eat me, but, who cares? So the
yeah, I can tell you right at this point, Willie has helped himself to a little bit of plate, left a couple pieces or whatever on top of the top of the counter.
Absolutely.
I'll do him the
pick
favor
seat.
of scraping it.
Yeah,
Scraping the cheese.
it's fine. Look, it'll do. It's fine. It's better than nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, you scrape some cheese off. You cut some cheese. You pull some bread off, and the three of you notice that it is just the three of you. Elverneth seems to be gone, quietly searching around elsewhere, unbeknownst to the three of you. Willie, as you scrape some cheese, and grab some bread, you notice that the backpack is still there. You clocked it last night, and you can peer over the bar. It's still where it was when you left it a few scant hours ago. Are you enjoying yourself with the meal?
Now that I got a little something in my belly, right? I mean, you know what? A young hobbit needs to eat the first thing in the morning, or else the sun isn't going to rise very well, is it? So,
it's not.
It's not.
Trust me, I've seen
bad
him.
rainy
You
day
do
for
not
everybody.
want a hungry hobbit.
No, it's terrible. Nobody wants anything like that. So, all right. I think we got a little bit of a problem. Last night, when I was doing my rounds, I noticed that behind, and Willie like goes in and like starts whispering that behind the counter there was a backpack, old, worn. I couldn't quite make out what was inside.
No, Willie, that was the dream you was having.
No, what I might have been dreaming about the backpack, but no, I just saw it again right now. It's still here. And I've got a sneaking suspicion that it might belong to the person that we're supposed to be meeting up with. Which means
What gives
stuff's
you that
here, but he's not.
suspicion?
What say that?
What gives you that sneaking suspicion?
Oh my god, of course.
Okay, now let me say, Willie's got it's a good one.
Yeah.
It's never really led us astray.
No.
Remember that time he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna ride this troll."
Found treasure, right? Let us right to the treasure. And if there's one thing that my gut is good for,
it's finding treasure.
It's finding treasure.
So, what are you saying? We can't just steal the man's backpack.
Well, I'm not going to steal it. That would be very wrong. I just want to make sure that I want to check the luggage claim and make sure that it's who we believe it's supposed to be.
You swear you're not gonna take nothing?
No, why would I take something? That'd be burglaring, and I'm not a burglar. Have a burgled.
Okay. Well, as long as you promise to leave it, all of it.
That's fine. I want to make sure that the person that we're supposed to be meeting is actually going to be the person we're supposed to be meeting. I don't think he's here.
Well, why wouldn't he be here?
I don't know. Trouble. There always seems to be trouble nowadays.
Trouble? What kind of trouble? Is this a gut thing again?
Yes, it's a good thing.
Okay. Don't get testy. Eat your cheese. It'll make you feel better.
Would you go distract? Do your thing, you know.
Distract him.
Well, I get to get behind there.
Okay, let me finish my cheese, and I shove it in my face, and I go, Elevord, are you sure this is where we're supposed to be?
She's not there.
Oh.
She has not been here the entire time.
Great. Well, then I'm going
the babysitter's gone.
Walk up to the bar.
I've just been watching the two of them like, is this what they do?
This is what we do.
Breakfast in the show.
It's so like, what it is like Elverneth is the babysitter, like she's in charge. And then like Yoldrick is still one of the kids, but he's the slightly older kid who knows better, but doesn't stop anything from happening. And Willie and Glowfram are the two who are similar in age and just egg each other on to do more and more dumb shit.
Here's what happens. I saunter. I saunter up to the bar, and I draw his attention by slamming my book right, on the countertop.
And
I say, Jack.
I love the distraction, but I do want to point out before I actually make you have to roll something. He's out cold.
Oh,
he's asleep.
He's sleeping.
He's dead asleep, snoring.
Well, then I don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was snoozing.
Did you think you just walk up and stole his cheese and he was like, yeah, that's fine?
I didn't steal his cheese. We left gold and copper behind.
Who paid for it?
I think it's still considered stealing if you just leave money there.
Well, okay.
He paid for it, probably more than it was worth anyways.
I'll say that cheese was for sale, therefore it is
stolen.
Yeah, he's leaning on the barrel. He's sat on a barrel, leaning back with his feet up on the counter, snoring.
Well,
As
it's not
I-
like
be
we
as I-
lazy.
ate all his cheese. We left him some. It's not like we robbed him blind. That being said, knowing that he's sleeping, that I don't do that. I thought he was like up and serving
No,
us.
he's
That's
out
a
cold.
Yeah,
No,
no.
it's
Then I'm gonna go to
Sorry.
it as a sneak.
I misunderstood in my rosy specs this morning after such a muse-filled evening. So I don't do that. I go, Willie, he's sleeping. Just,
All right.
just do your thing. Just don't take nothing.
I'm not gonna take nothing. Just making sure. Just
Okay.
doing a little check.
My inner child needs an adult. They're right. Okay,
Right.
go for it.
I'm gonna go ahead. Set
Roll
everything
me,
down.
roll me a sneak.
I'm gonna go and roll me a sneak. I can do that.
I'll keep watch.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make sure he doesn't wake up.
Oh my god.
Do you know how good at sneaking I am to have failed this roll?
I know that was me last time. Remember, I don't think I rolled a single success last time.
I have a 3 and I'm proficient in it.
Yeah, I can't even give you. You know what I will do? Roll me one additional d6. I'll give you a bonus die because he is sleeping.
Oh, that's helpful.
That's a 5.
So a 5.
That makes it 16.
Plus the
That
7
makes
it
it
a 16.
16.
Makes it a 16. Yep.
Oh, shit.
So
Thank
you
you.
just yeah, I forgot he was sleeping. To give you a point for that. So yeah, you crawl
Scraped by.
underneath the slat that you open up to get behind the bar. You duck underneath this thing, and he is sat. This is not a big area back here. You might be able to fit Glowfram and Yoldrick back here, and then it would be pretty tight without Jack. So you and Jack in here is pretty, and he's sat on a barrel, which is in the center of this area, which takes up most of the room. And so you couldn't pass widthwise on either side of the barrel to get by him to get to the backpack. So you kind of have to like suck it in and go. And either way you're going, you're either going under his back or under his feet. And as you kind of crawl towards this bag, you bump the barrel just ever so slightly, and everyone hears a as he continues sleeping, and you have access to the bag.
Okay. Well, see? Oh, fine, right? Just fine. Okay, Willie. Is there anything that I see on the outside?
The bag itself is well-made traveling gear. It is, you can see that there is like a bedroll sort of rolled up inside this thing. It is weathered, or not weathered, treated with wax. It's a canvas bag, so that it can be surviving in the weather. That's pretty much all you see on the outside. There's a stick with it as well, like a smallish walking stick. That's all you see on the outside. There's not a lot going on with the exterior of the bag. There is a buckle clasp holding it down, holding the top flap down.
Yeah, I'm
The
gonna go ahead
outside's pretty
and,
plain.
with my pudgy little fingers, go ahead and unfasten that buckle.
Okay, you do so. You slide the leather through the strap. You delicately move so that the buckle doesn't jingle. And you open the flap. The bedroll sort of starts to roll forward. You move that out of the side, and you can see that there are blankets and supplies inside of here. Are you going through this whole bag as quietly
Yes,
as can?
I'm gonna be check this whole thing.
Why
I mean,
wouldn't you?
clearly, it's a travelers of some sort. It's probably very similar to what I got. But I'm specifically looking for anything that might have a like an emblem, a crest, something that would be perhaps identifiable.
Okay, fantastic. You don't find that. You find a flask, a leather flask, that you can swish around, and there is probably like a good mouthful of some sort of liquid in here. You also kind of rummage through. There are some what makes for clothes. There's like some gloves. There's like not quite a shawl, but like a cowl, almost like a hood with the goes over your shoulders. And you find a small bundle of cloth that seems to be intentionally rolled up and wrapped around something.
Oh, well, I'm not taking it if I'm just looking at it, right? Right. It's not taking. I'm not thieving it. I'm gonna go ahead and just, take a little peep. And it's too intentional to be left
Oh,
alone,
yeah, of course.
right?
You unfurl this bundle of cloth, and in the center of it, nested like a baby bird, is a amulet made of greenish, like dark greenish glass that is on a golden chain. And there is a symbol on the amulet that is kind of like, maybe if you look at it this way, it's a bird, but if you look at it another way, then it could be like a weird like wolf with like a sword. Maybe you're not entirely sure what it looks like. It like, depending on how maybe you're holding it backwards, maybe it needs the light. You're not entirely sure what orientation this thing should be in, but it's a strange symbol that looks of important, or at least secretive. It's kept away.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to go. I just want to borrow it for a moment so I could go show my friends.
Sure.
Only so I could go show my friends.
Sure.
And they might have a better understanding, especially Elvornith, right? She would absolutely know a little bit more about things like these. And so would Glowfrom. Glowfrom's been around everywhere, knows everything about books.
Yeah.
I'm not really a reading man. Hobbits. Yeah.
makes sense to me.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and tuck it in my front pocket.
Do
Keep it safe.
any of you inside, do any of you have the distinctive feature, I think that's what it's called, lore of Arnor of some kind, old lore, or shadow lore?
I have rhymes of lore.
No, not that one.
Let's see.
Should be the top left of your character sheet, like 4th or 5th line down on the top left.
Yeah, it'll say like a distinct
no.
feature. I have rhymes of lore. That's it.
By the way, I forgot that I have burglary as a distinct feature.
That does something. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I'll look.
I also don't remember the fucking.
I think
I
think it's
still
what
might be
your
able to roll on it.
I think it's what gives your stealth favored. You would not be able to roll on it. It is not a thing that your knowledge pertains to.
Could I roll a craft on it? Because that is my highest stat other than scanning some for things.
Here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. You can look at it, and the craft is well made. This is not a cheap piece of material. It is not dwarven make. It is for sure human make. You know this just by looking at it. And you can tell that there's not like a single dwarven rune. Though you're unfamiliar, you're fairly certain there's no intricate elven rune. There's no like Tengwar swirled into this thing somewhere.
So Willie brings it back to the booth. Is that what I'm hearing?
That is correct.
Okay.
Now, what exactly are we looking at again?
It's a amulet made of greenish glass that has a gold chain around it and a strange symbol.
I would prefer to sketch it immediately in my book in grave detail as fast as I can. I
Okay.
take all the details down about it that I can.
Can I try a lore or battle?
It would be outside your base knowledge. You'd have to have that distinctive feature
yeah, we'd have to have a specialty.
grab that on there.
Gotcha.
So we see Willie come back to the table with this and sort of open his hand like a flower. You see the bits of cloth kind of extend around. You see the amulet in the center here, golden necklace chain there as well. Glowfrom immediately pulls out a book and begins to sketch this symbol. And Yoldrick, you kind of lean in and try to observe this as well. And we cut outside to Elverneth, who is observing the local area around the Forsaken Inn, the wood line, the places in general. Elverneth, this place looks a world of difference in the daytime. You see easily all the signs of the caravan, all of the animals that were here. You see footprints in and out, around, etc. And you begin to move around this area. You walk around the building, you walk around the barn, you walk through the barn now that it's fully lit by all of the holes in the ceiling. And in the back of one of the stalls, where you know no animals were because you slept there, you find a small dagger. Big enough for a short sword for a hobbit, but it is a small dagger, maybe 8 inches in length. And on the hilt is the Quenya rune for M. You recognize this immediately. It's an Elvish M. You continue to move around this area, and you find there are drops of spilled blood. Several of them are obscured by the dust and dirt and settlement from people moving in and out of this place, but you do see that little like droplet pattern in the dirt. And you sort of follow this, and you see another drop, obscured by dirt, another drop, and then you get to a part where there has no foot traffic, and you see 3 little drops of blood. They all seem to be leading away from the inn and towards a well. What do you do?
I pick up the dagger before following. Is there a sheath or?
There is not.
Okay, pick up the dagger and I'll just kind of tuck it in one of my belts, and then I will follow the blood to the well and peer in.
In the well, a good 10, maybe 15 feet down, you see a corpse, the backside of a corpse, floating face down in the well.
I'm gonna need muscle. All right. Wonder who did this. I will go back to where the knife is and around the blood trail and see if I can see any details of like a fight or anything that looks like there might have been a scuffle around there. Maybe somebody had an altercation or
Yeah,
something obviously prompted this.
For sure. You look around this area, no need for a roll. In the daylight, things are a lot easier to see. There is little to no way to tell. The amount of foot traffic that was around here and the foot traffic in and out of the barn, you can tell immediately that the dagger doesn't look like it was hid. So perhaps it was dropped or thrown or flung here. That's kind of the only altercation that something is awry. Well, that and the corpse. But it wasn't like hidden under brush or like obscured in any way. It was just sort of there in the dark. You couldn't see it. And the amount of foot traffic around sort of obscures any slides or combative maneuvers in the sand. Clearly there was some level of altercation, as there is a corpse and blood and a dagger. But when and who and how, not entirely sure. It doesn't look to the scene and the blood and the corpse is a little bit harder to tell, but the blood doesn't seem like it's been here. It's not like completely caked up and dried. It doesn't seem like it's been here for more than 24 hours.
Kicking myself for not looking last night. There's no way to change the past. I move the dagger so it's in a place where like it can't be seen if my cloak billows out a little bit. And I will make another loop around, just checking for any other signs that there could be a trap laid nearby or some sort of shady business going on here.
Yeah, roll me a scan.
Do I get any bonuses for being keen-eyed and having shadow lore?
That's a good question.
Because you mentioned shadow lore for another role in this area, so I don't
notice
know
that.
if that has anything to do with it.
You don't. But I will remember that. Don't worry.
All right. I tried. Failure.
Okay. Yeah, you don't see any sort of traps. There's nothing. There's no like wire. Like you can kind of like move your hand around the rim of the well. There's no wires. There's no lid on it to like trap you or anything like that. If there's something under the corpse, you'll have to find out when you find the corpse. When you get under there. But there's
Oh,
nothing.
no, I meant the like general area around the like around
the inn.
The inn.
Oh yeah, no, you see nothing.
Okay.
Plenty of people have been in and around here, and as far as you can tell, no one has left anything for you to find, any sort of traps or triggers or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah, I will head in, trying not to disturb Jack.
Yeah, absolutely. You head in and you see your three companions are huddled around the table. Some nasty looking cheese and bread, and you see that Glowfrom is scribbling in her journal, perhaps a new love letter. And Yoldrick and Willie are paying attention to something that Willie seems to be holding.
I will take a look over at Jack. Does he seem to be sleeping soundly?
Soundly.
Okay, I will then whisper to my friends. Cone of whispers. There's a body in the well. I think someone may have gotten into an altercation here and
Dump the body?
yes, well.
Ooh.
Can I look around the room to see if I recognize any signs of a fight?
Yeah, no need to roll. You see dozens of signs of a fight. There are smashed chairs, broken tables, but they were all like that when you got here last night. And none of them seem to be newly broken.
While you was finding bodies, Willie found this. We promise we're gonna put it back.
Well, now I think it might be this bodies.
You think it
Do
belongs to
I
the guy in the well?
recognize the necklace?
You do. You recognize the symbol in there is not a raven, nor a wolf, nor any sort of animal or iconography. You notice that this is a this is a letter in black speech. This is the written script of Mordor. Whether you can read Mordor or not is a different
Would
story.
that indicate that the bearer was working for?
That is a safe assumption.
Or,
That is a safe
okay.
assumption.
Would I guess the alternative is would rangers and the like keep these as talismans of people they vanquished or whatever?
They could, if it is as evidence of a mark, or evidence of a kill, or in the same way that Glowfrom is putting up wanted posters. Have you seen anything like this before? Right, holding that up, kind of thing. The way that it was, you see that Willie's holding it, and there is a bundle of cloth and leathers that was probably wrapping this thing up in. Your best guess is whoever the owner was not wearing this thing outwardly, so perhaps they're safekeeping or something. But that does have an association with the great enemy.
Okay. Knowing that, I will immediately take my hands beneath the covers and wrap it up and say, "Don't reveal that again." That
What is
a
it?
mark. That is a mark of the Dark One.
What?
It is of black speech.
I've never seen it before.
Incredible. And like Willie like also slowly sets it down on the table and let his
Willie,
hands go.
you gotta go put it back.
What's touching now? What if it's cursed?
Where did you find this?
Found it in the backpack. Behind Jack. I think it belongs to the man we're supposed to be looking for.
Oh, what is the man? Well,
Well, that's what I want to do.
Get the backpack. We will go outside and fish the man out of the well to continue seeing who we are finding. But I need to figure out who this belongs to.
Well, if the backpack was found in there, wouldn't that suggest that our sleeping fellow here is the killer?
Not necessarily.
Could have been stashed for safekeeping.
Dot,
I think you're muted, that. Or we lost your audio.
Oh,
there you
check,
are.
check. 1, 2. Oh, sorry. For
Maybe
somebody
you
else,
were
you mean?
whispering too much.
Yes, I was too quiet. I'm sorry. My voice just doesn't carry unless I'm boisterous enough. It's just, so wait. What happens when he does wake up and he finds the backpack missing?
Well, if he knows about the backpack at all, well, the backpack could have just been used to stash this thing, but that does
For
seem
somebody
rather...
else, maybe? I
The-
say if
the-
we're going to do this, we best get moving. Willie, go grab the bag.
There's nothing in the backpack.
It doesn't matter. Oh, there was nothing else in it?
Well, I mean, there was like a camping and traveling gear, some rations, change of
Right.
clothes,
A flask.
a flask.
That's it.
I will take the bundle, wrap it up very securely so it will not come undone, and put it in a deep pocket in one of my bags.
Does any one of us happen to be wearing cloth that is similar to the wrappings?
Sure.
Okay. Can I just say like my pants or something are similar?
Yeah.
Okay, I snatch a bit and rip off a piece of cloth roughly the same size, and I go, Willie, look through your trinkets. Do you have something similar, like in size and weight?
I pull out like a broken pair of spectacles, and I pop the lens out.
Oh, okay, perfect. That's great. And then I try to wrap it to make it look similar, and then go put it back.
Okay, go put it back.
As soon as Willie walks away, I'm just gonna look over at Glowfrom and go, why does he have a pair of broken spectacles?
You know, Willie has a lot of things in his pocket. It's usually best not to ask until you need something.
He seems
kind
to
of-
like trash.
He has a particular taste in things that other people just ignore or forget about. It's kind of cute,
All right, well,
if you think about it. It's like he's adopting the stuff that nobody else wants. He makes them valuable. I'm just saying, it's a talent not most people have, you know? Most people are drawn to gold and gems. You know that better than anybody, Uldrick. And so, you know, Willie, he's got a, you know, heart made of gold junk.
well, I suppose that's one way to look at it. I suppose next we should head to the well.
Yes. I was going to see if you would mind assisting me in pulling up this weight.
To be quite frank with you, I've been itching for a scrap, so lead the way.
Well,
We're at the well when we're done putting the stuff back and it looks like we wasn't here.
Of
So-
course.
You say that, but I'm thirsty, and I'm back here, so I might as well get
Oh, Willie, we got to go. We'll get some on the road.
fine.
Not from this well.
Well, yeah, we're
Willie?
not drinking from any of these.
If you do anything but put the amulet back, let me know. And roll a sneak
Roll.
if you do. If you don't, no roll necessary. I leave it up
Do
to you.
it.
But
Do
no,
it.
I won't.
Do the bad thing. Do the double ID.
Wow, why you dared me? I mean, what's the worst that's gonna happen, right? He's gonna wake up.
With your hand in his bag.
This
But
is
I'm not in my
revenge
hands
for
not in his
Daisy.
bag anymore.
Okay.
Just went behind the counter because he's
Since
sleeping.
we're exiting
Fine.
this little
I'm
inn,
leaving.
I'm just going to be near the bar just in case he wakes up this time. You know, a good distraction, never hurt nothing. You know, I can draw his attention or something. But I'm trying to have Willie's back.
Okay. You have it, and Willie does not fall into his ways of thievery. And you successfully place the item back in there. You place the item back in the bottom. You pick up the flask, hear it jiggle around. You put the flask back in. You put the clothes back in. Everything sort of goes. You roll the bedroll back in, slowly and nimbly latch that little latch, and you sneak back out. The two of you leave the establishment, and you see Elverneth and Yoldrick have made their way to the well. Yoldrick, you now also see the face-down corpse, bloated corpse of a body, or not quite bloated. It's not been that long. It's probably about 10 or 15 feet down. The two of you look at this thing. Your best guess is the only way you're going to successfully get this thing down is by lowering someone to get this. There is no, unless you devise some sort of ingenious lever and pulley system to wrap it around his
Well,
body.
it's a good thing I can craft stuff
That's
and
true.
make such a thing.
If you can craft some sort of like the Emmy hook that they pull you off stage with to get him up there, if not, you're gonna need to physically grab
Wait,
him
you
out of the
said
water.
there's hay in the barn? There has to be a hay
is-
hook. You know what a hay hook is?
I don't know what a hay hook is, Doc.
Okay, Mike, for anybody that's ever had to barrel and move hay, you know that you can't just lift it, it's too heavy, and it'll fall apart in your hands. So you use something called a hay hook. They used to make them big, and they'd hang from ceilings, and they'd shoot out kind of like a harpoon, and they grab a lot of hay so you can barrel it and move it.
Oh,
It's
I've
the
seen
thing-
these before.
it's
It was
the
like
thing from
children of the
Candyman.
cord.
Okay, sure.
It's the thing from Candyman.
I guess I know. Just said I've had to move hay before, and that shit sucks. And you have to have a hook to do it. So I go into the barn and I find the hay hook.
Okay.
I will say by the time you two get out there, Elverneth is already starting to take off the outer layers of her clothing so that she can go down into them, because she figures that she's going to have to physically go down into this well and have Yildrick pull them both out.
Okay, so how deep down is it? We may still have to go with some muscle here, but how deep down is it?
It is over 10 feet deep.
Okay, so here's what we do. How tall is Elivornith?
5 feet.
Okay.
I am of short elf
Okay.
person.
So, here's
don't
what we do. I hand this hook to Elivornith. And it has kind of like a handle usually on it if you're using a manual one. And I say, hang on to this. Yodrick's gonna take one foot, I'm gonna take the other, and we're gonna lower you down. You hook the man, we'll fish her out.
One thing, and he tears off like 2 pieces of cloth from his cloak. You might want to plug your nose.
Yes. I
Okay,
was going to.
Willie, you're going to need to, grab me belt and Yodrick's belt and kind of weigh us with your feet against the well. You know what I mean? Hold us down.
Okay.
Okay. Technically, this should work, everybody. Just, Yodrick and I will just have to lift you out. Don't drop him, Elivornith, Maybe it's soft, you can hook his body.
Yeah, I'll try to hook him in the belt or something.
Okay.
No.
We're doing a cartoon Daisy Chain.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
With the Hobbit. I don't get.
Yeah.
This is gonna go swimmingly.
1,000%.
Soft depends on you, Willie. You're the anchor.
thing is, Glowfrom and Yodrick have to be the muscle because they have to pull them back up. So we have to be the 2 legs of this system. You just give it all your hobbit weight. You said you was a little extra heavy.
Oh yeah. No, it's
Yeah,
a little extra, like 50 pounds or something.
Yeah,
It's
just hold
it's
on
a
to the
counterbalance. That's
Thank
all it
you.
is.
This is brilliant, Mike. This is fantasy physics at its best. Science.
Yeah. I live for this. I live for the logistics. I need Yoldrick and Glowfrim to both roll me an athletics roll.
Cool. Okay.
Do we get any bonus dice for working together?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Cool.
You both
Now,
get to roll. Is the
Is there
bonus dice?
any way I can... Oh, no. Okay, here we go. I'm going to roll. Everybody hold your breath. Question. Is there any way for me to roll or use points to, like, isn't there, like, a system for adding dice?
Yes, you can spend...
Wait, hold on. Before I'm going down this well, you bet your ass you're tying a rope around my...
Oh, yeah, the regular
my
pulley
waist,
system.
right?
Yeah, I was thinking we might just attach it to your waist, right? We'd grab your feet so you'd have an extra pulley system.
Okay, yeah, because you're not just holding onto my feet. Elverneth would not say okay to this
Oh,
plan.
yeah. No. I imagine that she was already tied up. Like, we're doing it
Now, before I do this,
musical theater style.
can I spend points to make this roll maybe better?
Yes, you can spend hope
well, shit.
to do that. If you'd like to re-roll,
Yes.
Yoldrick,
How do I regain hope?
Let's spend it.
I'm
and
so
we'll
sorry.
find
Am I
out.
asking the hard question?
You are asking the questions I was not prepared for. But
I'm so sorry. I
as
didn't
you
mean to put you in
that's
this
okay.
situation.
As you spend it, I will look it up in the book right now because that's
Okay,
what I'm about.
I do have it to spend.
Yeah, you
I'm already down 1, but I was just interested. Okay, so it adds 1 dice.
During play, players can spend hope to gain a hope bonus on any die roll or to trigger the effects of certain cultural virtues. Players whose hope score is reduced to 0 are spiritually drained, and it is impossible for them to find the energy required to push beyond their limits.
Okay.
So you can spend, I will say, because I'm not being told otherwise, you can spend as many hope points as you want. And for every hope point you spend adds a bonus die.
Okay, so I'm going to actually spend 2. So that actually brings me now to 9 hope. I'm putting a lot of hope into this dead body. 2. A success.
Okay. Yoldrick, what I'll say is if you want to spend any hope, you can spend that number and just roll me that number d6s.
Wait, D6s?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's a D6 dice pool.
You know what? I'm going to hold on to my hope because I only have 10.
Okay. To answer your question previously, Dot, recovering hope points are done in a couple of ways. You can spend fellowship points. During the adventuring phase, whenever the company is resting, player heroes may spend any number of fellowship points to distribute an equal number of hope points among all player heroes.
Okay.
However, your fellowship pool is a pool for all of you. So if
It's
you
shared.
spend 1, everyone spends 1. Yep. You can take a break from adventuring, meaning in a fellowship phase, you can use your turn to do that. You need to, if you hit 0, you need to take a prolonged rest, which is you're out of the fight for a bit.
Here's the question. Did we take that prologue rest to get our hope back in our adventuring phase a few episodes back?
Your fellowship phase would, you did not. You did not.
Okay.
So basically, when you do your fellowship phase, you get to choose those things. One of those things is recover hope.
Got it.
So you guys
Okay,
chose
well,
like maps and
I will know
lore.
for next time.
Yes. At Yule is probably the best time. Yule, everyone gets to choose one activity, right? That's like the year end.
That makes sense.
The year end
Okay.
situation.
Well,
So that is one success, but not a great success. So, Willie, what was your job here in this cartoonesque rope chain of bodies?
I was the leg weight.
you could also be on the rope with Elavornith, right?
Then you got to be carrying up all that weight.
Okay.
And the weight of the body.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to put you on the spot, Gnome.
Mm-hmm.
You are the weight, and you feel Yoldrick's feet lift off the ground. He is pulling with all of his might. He's got something to prove, but he's also in a bit of armor, and he is slipping. There is a chance he may fall in the well. How do you stop that from happening?
Well, you see, Mike, you put me on the spot, but don't forget that I got myself caught up pretty right in a troll's greaves of his legs. So I think my little orbit hands are going to be able to find their way into whatever I don't remember the term, but whatever holster's keeping the armor on. And I'm gonna go ahead and just like hold on to the leather part of that and dig my feet in, just like Lofram said, right up against the well, and heave.
Come on, Willie, you can do it.
Put
Don't
all
let
my
go,
weight
Willie.
into it. Like I'm not really trying to pull. I'm really just laying back.
It's like sitting. Just
Okay.
sit down, Willie.
See, I was putting you on the spot because the easy answer was to have you roll athletics, which you have a very slim chance of success on.
Practically zero chance of actually making
Practically
that.
Come on, you
zero
can do
chance.
it.
So I was giving you the opportunity to come up with something else, but you didn't. So what I will do is give you an athletics roll, and because you are just sort of throwing your weight backwards, I will give you 1 bonus die.
Well,
Generous of me, I know. Thank you. You're welcome.
very, very kind. And I think
Come
you're
on,
just saying that
Willie.
I'm fat.
And again,
Like,
you
I-
can spend hope.
I can spend a whole. And I do have a lot of it. But I don't think it's necessary. Like, it's kind of, it's just,
It's
we're
just a
fine.
corpse
It'll be
in a
fine.
well.
It'll be
It's fine.
fine. Look at,
Oh,
I got a straight up 7. That's pretty,
That's
trying to get
great.
an 18.
Good job, Willie. Willie, don't let go, Willie. Willie.
Well, let's let it go. Hold on.
Outstanding. This is a great time for me as a GM. So the first corruption bar in a hot minute comes into play. Elverneth, you are being slowly let down here. You can't. It becomes hollow noise above you as you sink deeper into the earth. There's not really any purchase for you to grab onto. The walls of this well are kind of slick and slimy, and probably not a good drinking well to begin with. If you know the amount of algae in here, you probably wouldn't have done it. And then the sunlight is blocked out. And that's not some sort of weight joke in Yoldrick's favor, but it is a smallish well. I assume there is a loud slew of dwarven profanities, and you quickly realize that the thing that is blocking out the sun is the new dwarven well cover that is slowly sliding down the walls as it is losing grip on the rope. And you see that coming towards you, and thus the corpse and water, is Yoldrick, who has slipped into the well.
Okay.
Dot, Glowfram, the only thing you can do right now is hold on to that rope, or she will be
Elevorneth.
dropped into the water.
Whatever, don't let go of the hook. And I'll grab the rope and kind of stop Elevorneth. And I go, Yoldrick, just listen, just go to the bottom and grab the body. Then Elevorneth will lower the hook and will pull you out.
Yoldrick,
All right.
you are.
That's a terrible idea. Try to get at the top.
Can he climb it?
Yoldrick, you ever see those pranks when someone like covers the floor in Crisco or grease and someone runs in and is just sort of scrambling? That's you, but with all fours, trying to find anything to hold onto in the well, but everything is like moss-covered stone. Everything is like all those bad stones to step on in a stream.
So, here's what I was gonna propose. I was gonna ask if he could do something.
Sure, good. You can try anything.
I don't think his first instinct would be to try and slide down with his hands. I think he's going for the axe or his dagger.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay. I like this. I will give you a devil's bargain here.
Okay.
I will allow you to bury your axe like an ice pick into the side of the well. However, if you fail, there will be some damage done to your axe.
Let's do it.
Okay. Shit. What do I want you to roll? I will say... Ooh. I was going to give you a +1 for using your axe, but you are in tight spaces, and this is a two-hander. This is a long-hafted axe. You don't have a lot of room to use.
It can be used one or two-handed.
That doesn't change the size of the axe.
Okay.
It just changes how you swing it. I will let you roll athletics with 1 bonus die because of your proficiency in axes. If you would like to spend hope on top of that, you can do so.
I believe in myself. I'm only gonna
Leave in
take
the heart of the
one.
cards. Heart of the cards.
Come on,
Go
Yoji.
ahead.
Get your shit. God damn it!
I won. Did you
Ooh,
add your
ooh,
die? Oh, you
ooh.
did add your bonus +1.
Yeah. So you see, those of you at the top of the well really is what see this. Elbreth, it's very hard to see. You're blocking
I
out the
should
sun.
have taken that die.
You should have taken it. Yoldrick falls. You see him let go of the rope with his free hand and begin to pull his axe out in a furious rage as he slams it into the top of the well, hoping to hook it on in some capacity. And Dot, you and Willie, you hear this noise, but Glow from you. It just resonates in your bones. That metal on stone, and then the grinding of a beautifully crafted dwarven axe that is just being ground to shit in this disgusting
that.
well. Yeah,
It's okay.
I can fix it too.
It'll buff
I can
right
fix
out,
that,
guys.
Yoldrick. It's okay. Just
You
okay.
are slowly descending, Yoldrick, but you have righted yourself so that you are descending feet first into Elverdith, or the corpse.
I think I've given. In his head, he's just like, I think I've given. I think I've given Elverdith enough room to avoid me, but I might have to carry the body back up because she may have to drop it.
Can you hook the body?
Elverneth, you are still in the well.
Yeah.
It is. So here's what it is. You're descended down, right? Like the descent. You have it around your waist in some sort of seat, and you are being descended. And then you see the feet of dwarven boots just sliding towards you. And the closer it gets, the more you hear this grinding noise as Yoldrick is slowly descending towards you.
Yoldrick, you're gonna have to get out of the well before me.
All right, I'm working on it. Oh, God, I'm gonna have
Okay,
to.
how far down is Yoldrick?
At this point, maybe 5 feet. Like the head of his axe is probably 5
Okay.
feet down.
I hang onto the rope and I grab me hammer, right? Which on one side has a real pickaxe.
Yep, you get the matic. Yep.
And I lower with my short dwarven arm down this mattock to Yoldrick, and I go, maybe the right tool for the job will help you. As I'm like holding on to Elborn.
Ah! I'm reaching for it.
I will. You know, much
A
like
whole other person here.
much like Sleeping Jack, I'm gonna step in here as a benevolent GM. You can. I'm not gonna stop you. You can use the matic as well, and then two-hand this treacherous situation. Alternatively, just out of the box, you can turn around and grab the rope.
What? No. Oh, I mean, you can.
Those
I can
are-
do it. Do
Yeah,
it.
but-
I can take
So
it.
the reason that I wasn't grabbing the rope is because it's Glorfram that's holding the rope, so that's additional weight on Glorfram.
That is true.
She would have to make another athletics check. If she fails, we both just plummet.
I
So
can
it's
do
probably-
it. Okay, you know what? Better idea. I have the mattock in my hand. I turn around and I slam it into the ground, right? Like you might a tent hook.
Okay.
All right. And I hold the rope, and I begin to, tie it off to the mattock to help with some of the tension, so I don't have to hold all of it. And then I'm gonna start pulling them out once they get the body. I'm gonna have to. What are we gonna do? Let them go?
I'm just gonna chime in here. It's only 10 feet down. At this point, you've got a couple of feet in with Elvuna. You've got
That's what I'm saying,
another couple of
hold the
feet in with
body.
Yoldrick. Elvuna has probably already touched bottom at this point. Like,
Hook the body.
I
it's only 10 feet.
I can't do anything. until
can't get back up.
Yoldrick is
Yeah,
out of
that's
the
the problem.
well.
I'm plugging the
Oh,
way.
he's blocking it.
He
Okay.
Yeah.
needs to just get out of the well.
That's why I'm
see.
trying to
I
reach
see.
for. That's why I was reaching for the magic
Okay,
so I could just climb
maybe,
out.
Maybe grab the rope and start climbing above her. I'm gonna just I'm gonna root myself and try to hang on with the help of like a makeshift staking.
Okay, I love this. Dot, roll me craft, but
Okay.
it's ill-favored.
Okay, now I have to mark that, yeah?
Yeah, on the left side, middle-ish.
Ill-favored roll. Crafting it goes. A success.
Okay, you spike the mattock in just the right way. You like hook a root, and you begin to like pull back. Elvirath, you feel that lurch as you get lifted a few inches, and the rope gets wound around the head of the mattock, adding an extra lever. You are now like sunk in. Yoldrick, you can climb out of this thing.
All right, I climb out.
And I'm not going to be a bastard and make you roll for it.
I'll put, now that I can do it one-handed, I'll put a hand down and like help him, out of
I'm
the
just
well.
curious to see what it would have been. Gee, what is going on today?
Would have been so close to you falling in the well. So
Again.
you unhook you like that sickening like clunk as you pull your axe out of the stone it was embedded in, without even looking at the head of it. You begin climbing up the top of this rope, leaving Elverneth, much to Willie's estimation, you are basically right above the corpse. Any lower and you would have touched it. In fact, the yank from Glowfrom gave you just enough room to hook this thing around the belt with this
Don't
this
worry
this
about
hay
the rough
this hay hook.
ride on the way down. Did you get the body?
Hook, I'm gonna say. Yes, come on.
Okay. I look
Please.
at Willie and Yoldrick and I point to, the end of the rope. We're gonna 1, 2, 3 tug of war this bitch.
Absolutely. Hand over hand, the three of you lurch Elverneth up with this corpse. As soon as it leaves the water, Elverneth, there's no stink to it, but it does begin pouring water out. As you all heft Elverneth up here, an arm shoots up, you're able to pull her out, and collectively you sort of thwump this corpse onto the ground, face up. And that is where you see this man. None of you have seen Malor or Tarimac before, so you're not entirely sure if this is who this is. The front side of this man is a little waterlogged. Not enough that he's been in here for a very long time. He's probably been in here for maybe 24 hours by your best guesstimate. However, you immediately notice as anyone goes near this person, there is an intense cold coming off of this person. Like, for Glowfrom and Yoldrick, this is like mountaintop cold. The dead of winter kind of cold is coming off of this thing. You see that its right hand is sort of like twisted up and like balled in a strange way, as if maybe holding something. And the hand you can see has crystalline like growths on it, like as if like frostbite almost. But most terrifying is that the face is twisted in this grotesque, like, breathless scream. The jaw is nearly, like, distended. The eyes are wide with fright, as if this corpse is perpetually screaming for some kind of help. And below the scruff of a week-old beard, you see the frozen slit across his throat. Also crystalline fractures or fractals in the throat itself. You see that blood has oozed out and like coated the front of his shirt, but it's thick. This is not like Elverneth specifically, Yoldrick as well. This is not the fresh blood of a fight that just happened. Like it sprays out or it oozes out like a liquid. This is thick and coagulated like old blood or frozen blood. That is what you see.
Can we put it back? It's kind of making me feel icky.
Yeah, is he dressed like a ranger, or can I
He is
tell?
he is dressed like a ranger in as much as rangers have a uniform, right? He is definitely several weeks, arguably months, without a good bath. He is dressed in greens and browns and grays, thick weathered clothing. Your guess is this fits either a hardcore traveler or someone who lives outside constantly, like a ranger.
What do you think, California?
And there's no like trinkets or anything on his person.
You notice as you get close to this person that there is, roughly in the same spot as you have it on yourself, an empty dagger sheath.
I pull the dagger from where it's hidden on my belt and I sheath it. Does it fit perfectly?
It fits like a glove, not even a rattle.
Well,
is this like a magic thing?
Are you
Is there
examining the
anything?
body, Elverneth?
Yeah, I wanna examine, figure out what the fuck happened here.
Absolutely. Elverneth, you lean over, probably without touching. The intense cold coming off of this thing is startling. And you look over this body, the way it is. You've seen a corpse before. You've seen a corpse in water before. There is no way that the hand and face would be rigor mortis in this way, especially not in 24 hours. The structural rigor of this body, it's as though the body was frozen and then dumped in a well. This is not natural by any means. This is dark. This is of the unseen world. Now, for specifics, in terms of Lord of the Rings, the unseen world is not something that is known to everyone. However, a 2,300-year-old elf and an elf of the bloodline of Elrond would know about the unseen world. Things exist in both the seen and unseen world. Things like the ring wraiths, for our example, in the Lord of the Rings movie. When he puts on the ring, that is the unseen world. He can see them for what they truly are. Ghosts, wraiths, etc. Things exist in the unseen world. This is darkness from the unseen world. This is, you hesitate to say, possibly Morgul. This is definitely some sort of dark magic. And your mind jumps immediately. The cold, the terrified face, the horrifying visage. This person, this possible ranger, was likely killed by a wraith. What sticks in your mind is a wraith would never then throw your body in a well.
well, you look like you've seen a ghost.
I can only hope we never do. This
What's wrong with him?
this person looks like they saw a ghost. A wraith, to be fair.
A wraith?
A wraith.
Like otherworldly?
Yes. This
Though
is very
that-
dark magic.
So what he
Wraiths don't throw people into wells, though.
so what he slit his the wraith slit his throat and left him behind, and then old Jack tossed him in the well?
It's definitely possible that Jack tossed him in the well.
And why is his hand all crystally.
Does his hand look like it would fit right around that amulet we found? I can't
You
hear
are
you, but I
muted.
think
I
you
am
said
muted.
yes.
It does not. The hand. Yeah, you know what? You have enough experience with this. The hand looks like it would fit around the hilt of something, perhaps a weapon.
Oh, okay. Looks like he was about to fight something and lost.
Oh,
I
he
might have
was
found his
holding the
dagger.
In the barn is where you found the blood?
I point out where the trail was. I'm sure it's close by here.
Yeah,
So-
it's in between the inn and the barn. The dagger was found in the barn. The blood trail leads from that area to here. Are you touching the body at all, Albernath? Are you like moving it around? I mean, you have the hook thing if you want.
I'm not gonna lie. Yodrick would have been investigating the body.
Sure. If you flip it over, you see that like slung low across the back, like at the small of his back, there is a larger scabbard, likely for a sword. You do not see a sword. You have not found any evidence of a sword. Your best guess is it might be in the bottom of the well. He might have been holding that.
Oh, I see.
Gotcha. Well, our contact is gone.
Yoldrick, you know, no offense or nothing, but you know how to kill things, right?
Very well. Yes.
Would you say this cut across his throat came from the front or behind? Like, did somebody slit his throat from behind or from in front of him?
Can I roll a battle to see if I can tell?
Hell yeah.
Look at that.
Extraordinary. Yeah, you can tell that he was slashed from the front.
No, this came from the front, but more than that. Can I try to use the bucket from the well to fish out the sword, or?
You cannot. One, there is no bucket, and two, it is deep below the surface.
Okay.
You know what? You have an extraordinary feat success. That is 2 6s and a Gandalf rune. Here's the thing.
Can I go into a Sherlock like reimagine?
Yeah. That's exactly what happens. There is the division style. Like you see the fight sort of like wireframe in front of you. The way the positioning of the throat slash was not straight on. It was from the front, but it is at a downward angle. As if the person doing the slashing was slightly taller, which would be a pretty tall person. This guy's probably like 6'4". He's not a small guy. So you start to look at this. You start to take the pieces of what Elverneth said, and the fact that his dagger was in the barn, and you like look at the dagger, you look at the slash, and you see a couple of small crystals on the dagger that match the hand and the neck. It seems as though not only was he had his throat slit, it was with his own dagger. And you begin to piece together the only way for this whole situation to work is if this person were low, as if squatting, perhaps behind something, perhaps dropping some eaves in the verge, as he is down, was startled as someone perhaps stole his dagger, turned to see what happened, and then whoop, gonzo.
And that's exactly how it happened.
Wow. That's amazing that you can see that. Okay, so he was killed with this. So somebody here attacked him and left behind. It must have been a big wraith.
Is this guy Elvin?
He's not. He's human. I'll say this. He looks human.
We can't just leave this what's left of this man here. He's very unsettling, and honestly, he deserves maybe like to burn his body.
And it's clear this guy's a ranger, right?
I mean, it's a very good guess. Elverneth has the most experience with rangers, and that's what she's said. You've had substantially less, but
Yeah.
fairly certain.
Also, his dagger's inscribed with his initial M.
I think, Elvornith, do you know the way to respectfully send him on his way?
Yes, I would absolutely know that. And
Yeah,
the
what are the
best
rights
way
of rangers?
I mean the Dunedain funerary rites would be a barrow. But
oh no, we are not going to any more barrows.
Yeah,
We've been
yeah,
there,
yeah.
done that.
I think we've had enough barrows in our
Yeah.
time.
No, thank you.
The
but
traditional sense would be a barrow, but I believe a pyre in this situation would probably be acceptable.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna get to work putting that together.
Okay.
However, if we start doing a pyre out here by the well, I do believe that would cause some attention to be brought over here. And we already know
Understood.
that there's a wraith around.
We can't leave him like this.
Is there a wagon nearby? Something we could use to move him
There is
away? Oh. Okay.
You would
Well-
know, Elverneth, that wraiths, much like many creatures of the dark, are not a daytime. They're not a daytime
Well-
fare.
We do have horses. So you know what? We can bundle him and toss him on the back of a horse and take him up the way and find a spot where we can, dispose of him so nobody else comes across this. If you say it's as dark as it is.
Yes. I am curious about Jack.
He did have the bag.
He had the bag with the amulet, and either the bag and the amulets were Malor's, and he was holding them for him, or he had a hand in Malor's downfall.
Why? Okay, so this ranger's traveling with a dark amulet. And he's attacked by a wraith. Why wouldn't the wraith take the amulet? Why does Jack have it?
Don't know. I don't entirely know that backpack was Malor's.
Interesting.
What was the name that they
Tarrymac.
gave me? Tarrymac?
That's what Jack called him.
Do I know any lore about a Tarrymac?
No. Here's what I'll give this to you, Dot. Rangers have a range, right? Like this is their area they hang out in.
Mm-hmm.
So unless you've been in this specific area for a while, you probably wouldn't hear about certain rangers, right? You may know lore about rangers that go as far as the Blue Mountains,
Right.
Or that hang out in Bree often, but.
So, what were we meeting him for again?
I'm
He
sorry?
was supposed to give us information.
On Gorlank.
Yes.
He was
But-
part of the original
Wait.
group of Dunedain that pushed Gorlank out of this area.
Okay, and we know Gorlank is in it for the treasure. He was already looking for some. What if he was holding this amulet for Gorlank? What if Jack's working for him? He found out this ranger was coming through. I have a worse theory, but I don't really want to speak it out loud because I don't really know nothing true about the amulet yet. But if it's as dark as you say it is, and it's as potentially powerful, What if it calls a wraith?
Dot, or Glowford.
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna have you roll me lore.
Okay. Okay. I failed.
Okay. That's it. Nothing happens.
Would I know of any amulets that would do that? Like, is that a thing?
Ooh.
Or is it like this amulet would be like
Roll. You know what? Roll me lore. Roll me lore.
Ooh. Do I get favored at all since I have Shadow Lore?
Ooh. I'll accept that. I'll accept that.
Come on. All right. Well, that's a failure.
Here's what I'll say. You don't know anything specifically, right? There's nothing about this. You felt something when you touched the crown. There's nothing about this amulet that has that same feeling. So you think that there's probably not any sort of magical imbuement in this. You don't know of any specific amulets that may call forth a wraith, but the concept is not impossible. With a powerful enough sorcerer or a powerful enough source of dark magic, it is possible, and a good enough smith, it is possible to imbue that kind of dark energy into something. Probably not the one you have, and nothing specifically comes to mind of a specific amulet that does that.
So I'm just trying to figure out whether what Wraith comes into all this, because it makes sense if Jack was holding it for Gorlank or killed him for it, but why would Jack leave behind such a... Well, this, important to the body.
Maybe he didn't know.
He didn't know. He did... So what, he uses the Ranger's dagger and it causes this effect? What? Why is he all,
If I may, if this thing is truly from where you say it is, California, I think that we should destroy it.
How are you planning on doing that?
The body, the dagger, the amulet?
The amulet. I have seen what comes of trinkets like these from that place.
But this is something that we ought to be bringing to Elrond. If anybody's going to know what to do with it, right?
I don't even know nothing about it. I wouldn't even know how to go about destroying it. We can't beat it to death.
We haven't tried.
Oh, that's a good point.
What if we smash it and it unleashes something even worse?
Oh, like it's holding something.
I think perhaps the best way to dispose of this safely would be to bring it to Rivendell and have my grandfather look at it first. He has a bit of an obsession with antiquities and rare artifacts, so
we'd get to see maybe his collection while we were there.
Perhaps.
Okay.
I can't make any promises. He
could
is,
be a
of course, his
fruitful
own
trip.
person, so.
Well, it's worth a try. So what, we're gonna just carry it?
Well, so I think that I think that it's probable that Gorlank and his minions, allies, probably found Maelor somehow. It's also likely that they knew he had a token of theirs in his possession, but may or may not have found it. And Jack may have no idea that he's even dead.
You think he just found the knapsack accidentally?
Or maybe Maelor said, "Hold this for me. I'll be back in the morning." And
You know,
he
this
said,
is why I
"Okay."
think we should wrap this body and, get to the road. The sooner the better. They're not going to know until he unwraps that bit. We ain't even got to bother with him, We could just, give him his proper rights and get on our way so we can get to Elrond faster. Because if they catch up with us or find out what we did, Jack knew we were here last night and that we was staying in the barn.
Suppose so. Do rather hate confrontations.
I'm really just not looking. I mean, I know we could use a fight, but I'm not really looking for this one in particular. Plus, if Jack did that to him, I don't, I worked really hard on my mustache. It'll freeze up right off.
Yoldrick, you rolled incredibly high on battle. This conversation is sort of playing out, as you're kind of like still looking at the body and still like, maybe piecing things together. It occurs to you that this waifishly thin, though he is slightly aggressive, there is, even if by surprise, it would be a shock to you if Jack killed this body in front of you. He does not seem to have the physical countenance to have dragged this man over here. He is a small, thin, older man, probably pushing 60s. For a human, that's pretty old. So it does. Your best assessment is that either, if you're going with the theory that Jack had a hand in this, he did not act alone, and he has a larger companion, or Jack did not do this.
He's just going to kind of look at all of them and go, there's no way that this could have been done by Jack. It just doesn't make sense. It would, if Willie were to somehow successfully overpower and kill me, the results on my corpse would look much better, would look much different than if Elavornith did. And that's essentially what I'm seeing here. It's not
Trained killer, bigger in size, had to be able to dump the body. Well, either way, I'm not really looking for that kind of fight neither. I say we get to it. There's a possibility Jack found it by complete accident. Lost and found kind of a thing. Especially if the body was already gone, he could have just walked right into the barn and just seen it sitting there.
Then we need to go have a conversation.
With Jack?
I think so.
I think we need to leave.
What, Willie? I'm with Willie. We could go take care of the body and come back after your little chit chat with Jack.
I will start wrapping the body up in whatever I can to kind of just bind it together, cover the head, and get it bound up a little bit.
Yeah, you have, you can find enough things around, whether you have them or you use what he has on him to sort of at least cover the body to not look like a terrified corpse. Doesn't take very long.
Remind me, you talked to Jack, yeah? Last night. Somebody did.
Yes.
And you told us he said he hadn't seen him at all. Maelor.
I don't remember.
You told us that, right, Mike?
No. I do not remember.
You know what? Give me 1 second.
I'm pretty
He did say something. Let me check last episode's notes.
He said he hadn't seen him. Now that's real interesting because he was staying in the barn. Pretty sure I remember that.
Hold the phone. Episode 11, my lord. It was 2 weeks ago, so my memory's a little fuzzy. He didn't say when the last time. Oh no, sorry. He did. Jack said that he was here earlier in the day.
Oh, he did confirm it. Okay.
Yep. And they said that you guys. He said that he was here earlier yesterday. What is yesterday now? The day you arrived, he was there earlier, and that you guys should just relax and wait for him. He'll be back. They always come back around, those rangers.
Right. Okay. So I needed to confirm that in my head. Okay. So he did confirm he saw him. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So
And he was expecting him to come back. So it's
didn't.
probable that he doesn't even know.
That's what I'm saying. Do we really bother Jack with the problem and fill him in on something that might, get him dead?
That's true. All right. Let's take the body, move on a little bit of ways, and burn it.
Yeah, I bind it to the back of the horse or whatever, real, kindly like. So one of us can carry it down with the rest of the horses.
Okay. So you guys carry the corpse to the horses and tie it on the ass of one of them, like an old pair of luggage. Are you leaving the Forsaken Inn? Is that what I'm picking up here?
I think we're just out front trying to decide if we're going back in or not.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't think we're going back in.
I'm just saying if we...
But we're not bringing the corpse, out in front of the inn or anything like that.
Yeah. I assume your horses are tied
took the
near,
horses
the
round
barn.
or whatever, yeah.
Yep.
Do we know where Jack is currently?
Unless
Sleeping.
you go back inside, the last place you saw him was at the bar sleeping.
Yeah, we saw him sleeping. Remember, Willie tiptoed past him.
Which was probably, given the amount of time it took you to fall into a well, pull a corpse out, discuss it, maybe 20, 30 minutes ago.
Might be awake now.
I'm gonna go back.
Okay. You assist with the moving of the corpse, the horses, tying the body down, and you head back towards one of the many entrances to the Forsaken Inn. Since you're all together, you see Yoldrick walk off. Is anyone going with him, stopping him? Any of the kind?
I will go with him.
The Song of Reluctance. Fantastic. Elverdeth and Yoldrick, you walk in, and you see that Jack is in a new position. He is, 3/4 of the way into a glass. And he is rearranging some of the furniture. I guess rearranging is the term. Picking things up, moving things around, making himself look busy in this establishment. He sort of notices you and gives you a gruff nod. Looks at the 3 plates of cheese, half-eaten cheese and bread on the table. Looks back at his cut up pieces of cheese and bread and just sort of grimaces in your direction before he continues straightening up a barrel that is a stool, a broken stool with no back to it.
I'm just gonna walk straight up to him and kind of look directly at him and go, "We're gonna have a conversation in private." And I'm gonna go to the back room.
He looks around. There ain't nobody in here.
We're gonna go to the back room. And I'm going to where the backpack is.
Well, the backpack is in the bar.
Okay,
so you're in. There's only the 2 rooms. There's this room and the sleeping room. So he looks to you and he says, "Ain't nobody here."
I'm gonna go behind the bar, grab the bag, put it on the counter.
Yeah, right.
We found the body. We found an amulet. I have questions for you. I don't have time for lies, deflections, deceptions, or half-truths. You're going to tell me everything that you know, and you're going to be completely honest with me. Do you know about the corpse in the well? And do you know about the amulet that's in this backpack?
Ooh, roll. You're gonna roll me. You're gonna roll for me, buddy. You're gonna roll me. It is. I believe it is. Well, you know what? I'll give you. I'd love to give you the choice because one of these is far better than the other one, but one of them doesn't fit here in what you're trying to do. You're not trying to evoke respect in your onlookers. You're trying to invoke fear. I will let you roll persuade with a bonus die, which is a barely possible roll for you.
Can I argue for something else?
You can try.
I'm gonna try. This is more like a shock and awe type thing. He's trying to like, I'm not going to bullshit you. I'm going to give you the facts as they are to try and shock you into giving me the truth. It's not like he's not trying to scare him. It's not like you're going to tell me the truth or else. It's here's what I know. I know that you know something. Give me the answer.
You know what? I'm rereading Awe. It does say, depending on the circumstances and the hero's intentions or disposition, it can be used to instill wonderment, admiration, or even fear. So yes, I accept your argument for Awe. Roll me Awe.
Watch, I still fail.
Oh no!
God damn it! Roll 20!
Failed.
Blame Danny. It's Danny's fault. It's Danny's fault.
That is.
God, Danny, what did I do?
That is an Eye of Sauron. So fortunately for you, there is no. This does not cause any onlooking of the eye. The eye does not open wider towards you and your group. It is just a failure. Nothing terrible happens to you. He looks to you. There is a renewed sense of like authority, perhaps, in him. He's forsaken Jack, for God's sake. This is his house. And he looks to you and he says, "Right." And he like jabs your armor, which you could barely feel it, right? He jabs you in the chest with a thin, bony finger, like a chicken bone. And he says, "Ain't no one coming to my house and be berating me, yelling at me about ain't no corpses or whatever. What? No." And he like pokes you again.
Did you know there was a corpse in the well?
No, I ain't know about no corpse in a well. Who's died in my well?
Then I suppose you have nothing to be worried about from the wraith that's following us here right now.
All right.
All right, and so we wait.
Oh, all right. It's an inn. You can wait as long as you like. Just pay for your room.
So there's no
We didn't get a room.
Oh, well, there's plenty of room now. And he like motions.
I don't think
What?
we necessarily need to wait here.
Wait. Sorry. I'm not sorry. Fucking eat shit. You keep yelling in. You shut up. You said it's a corpse. Miss,
There was.
is it still a corpse?
Yes, it's still a corpse. No, it's no longer in the well. You're welcome.
Did you kill it?
No,
How'd it get in there?
I don't know. We were hoping you did.
Somebody roll an insight because I'm trash at it.
What was he doing to me well?
Being dead.
No, not it. For Christ. What was you doing to me well?
Getting the corpse out.
How'd you find it?
I followed the blood trail.
There was a blood trail.
Do you not look around your property? You say this is your house, but I'm far more observant about what's going on here so
Yeah,
far.
well, you got them elf eyes.
Rude.
Anyway, who's the corpse?
I do believe it's the person I was looking for. Did he leave anything?
Who was he looking for?
Terry Mac.
Oh. 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 Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, no, he left his bag. It's behind me bar.
When did you last see him exactly?
Yesterday.
Did he say anything relevant or important seeming to you?
Well, you know, after a while, I tuned him out a little bit. I won't lie to you. What did he say? Shit. And he like pulls up one of the barrels and sits down. What did he say? He said something about something, and then he just fucked off. Yeah. I don't entirely recall. He showed up yesterday, right around midday, right? He was here for a couple hours, I think. And you know, rangers, right? Loud breathers, creepy, doing whatever they think. Yeah, he just has a way about him, right? Yeah, he came here, and then the caravan showed up, and he left. He just sort of fucked off into a corner, and he was hiding. Well, I mean, he's doing the ranger thing where he just pulls up a hood and smokes a pipe like a creep. He seemed like he was looking through the caravan. Like looking, not through the caravan itself, but the people. Kind of like you was doing, you and your friends were kind of talking to people, except he was doing it with his eyes and his creepy face. And then he left, right a couple hours before you all showed up? 3, 4, 5 hours? Couple hours? They were taking a meal, so shortly after midday. And yeah, he left. I hadn't seen him since, and his pack was where he was sitting. I assumed he'd be back for it, so I stashed it here.
Midday.
Oh, shit. What are your dwarf friends? No offense, sir. They all look the same after a while. One of them, the one without the head wound, one of them asked about the ranger. I was convinced that he stole something. The ranger, he was convinced that the ranger stole something. Yeah, that's right. That's what it was.
Vince the Ranger stole something. Well, that, of course.
Yeah.
Well, can I have his backpack?
All right. And he like stands up, walks around, pulls the pack up, and sort of plops it on the front of the bar next to his plate of cheese and bread. Says, "Yeah, it's all yours. I don't." Rangers rarely carry anything of worth, right? You know, so you take it if it helps.
Nothing else that might help me figure out why he died. And I will take it over to a separate table and just start going through it again.
Sorry, did you say something about a wraith, Master Dwarf? Was that just blowing smoke?
Yes, I was bluffing. I wanted to see if you would give anything away. And also, apologies for how I came into your bar. I was worried that you might have been involved in something that I'm certain that you aren't now. And I'm gonna put some
Secretly
gold on
a
the table.
nefarious mastermind, orchestrating the deaths of hundreds of rangers of the north.
Well,
I'm kidding.
it's because I think so highly of you that I think you're capable of such things, friend. And I just pat him on the shoulder.
It's the height. he scoops the coin and sort of throws it down beneath the cabinet. And he goes to, moving around tables and chairs again. Elverneth, you look through the pack. You see the same. It is a well-made pack, well-worn pack as well. There's clothes in there. There is now a bundle that you know to contain a piece of glass that is in there. There is a walking stick, some rope, some basic like adventuring pack, right? And a leather flask that contains some kind of liquid. You're muted.
I will open the flask and take a good whiff of what the liquid might be.
Hell yeah! I was waiting for someone to do that.
I'm not gonna drink it yet, but
no, that would be crazy. You know what this is immediately, and in fact, you would be the only person to know what this is. And the fact that he has this is significant. This is Miravor, also known as the Cordial of Imladris. This is a beverage that is made in Rivendell, and it is made by one single person. It is made by Aristor, which is one of your grandfather's closest friends and his counselor. He is a mead master in Imladris. This is a very hearty brew. It renews strength and vigor. Mechanically speaking, you can drink this and gain one bonus die on any skill roll.
Nice. I take a whiff, and I think Gildrick would see Elverneth's eyes light up, and I put it to my lips and then think better of it. Cap it and put it in one of my packs.
Okay, you do so.
So, what is that?
This is quite a lovely drink. Tastes brilliant and restores a lot of vigor to you.
Might be useful.
Yes. Some people call it a lucky drink. But I believe we make our own luck.
Well, we've ruled out one possible suspect. This is probably stupid to ask, but I'm curious, GM.
Yeah, hit me with it.
We spent pretty much most of the night last night hanging out with the dwarves that were part of that envoy.
Yes.
Is there anything that I can roll to try and recall if I saw something that now with what I know I might have gone, oh, his shoe is scuffed because of a fight or anything like that?
You said that it was a taller person that killed him, right?
Right, but they were with an envoy that wasn't all dwarfish.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Here's what I'll say.
Okay.
You spent enough time with the dwarves, specifically, to know none of them looked like they'd been in a fight.
Right.
You did not spend enough time with anyone else to fully observe. So
Gotcha.
you can rule out the dwarves as the attackers. Whether they had something else to do with it, you're not entirely sure, but they were not
Gotcha.
the ones that were in a fight.
Okay.
Also, dwarven. So, because you're a dwarf, because you're a fairly worldly dwarf, dwarven magic is very different than elven magic and dark magic. I don't want to say it would be impossible for a dwarf to learn to summon a wraith, it is incredibly unlikely. And you know of no. You're not a historian, but as far as you know of no dwarven lore about that. Maybe Glowford might know more as a like a antiquarian of sorts, but you know of no rune magic that is capable of that.
Okay. Well, I can tell you for certain it wasn't Jack and it wasn't Dwarves. So.
I'm sorry. My brain filtered out what you just said, and I didn't catch a word of it.
He just said, I can tell you it's not the bartender, it's not the dwarves. Other than that, I have nothing.
Well, we should probably get going.
Okay. The two of you... Oh, good. Sorry.
Though, now that we've narrowed you out as possible attacker, would you have any place nearby that would be appropriate to burn the body?
Yeah. Just pick a spot not near the trees.
Thank you.
I mean, I'll be here all day and all next 10 day and fortnight and so on and so forth. So, I ain't gonna stand vigil, but I'll be here.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for the warning. And he moves into the sleeping room to clean up that area. The two of you reconvene outside. But before that, Willie and Glowfrom, what have you been doing in the absence
Smoking
of
a
Elveneth?
morning pipe.
Mhm.
Fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
We just
Great.
been out front token.
Yeah,
We got the body loaded.
yeah.
You know.
Because there's nothing absolutely bonkers about having a body
Hey Willie, hey
that was
Willie,
touched by a wraith.
hey really?
Yeah.
Let's look at it.
Are you sure you want to look at it?
I just want to take a peek. I didn't finish me drawing.
Why do you got to be drawing a body?
I just want to look at it.
But why?
Well, why not? It's not going to do nothing. I need to finish my sketch.
Well, it's a bit disrespectful.
Not the body. The amulet.
Oh.
Why would I be sketching a dead body? That's strange.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Okay, well, that's not what I want to see, the amulet.
I don't have the amulet.
Who's got the amulet?
Elvina.
She's never going to let me see it.
I can try to convince her to let me hold it.
No, she isn't going to let you hold it. You saw her. She was all like, it's dark magics. So, it's fine. Whatever. I just wanted, to complete my sketch, but I guess it's just going to just...
Try and convince her. I don't
Let you
lose
have
anything.
it.
Very good at holding onto little things.
It's true.
So maybe she'll let me hold it.
I just want to, just want to finish my drawing.
Right.
Yeah.
Glowfrom,
Yes.
your little notebook. Do you have it out and open when you're talking about your drawing?
Well, yeah, because,
Of course.
I want to finish it. I sure will. I only got it half sketched.
You hold it out to show the half sketch. And the wind rustles through the trees, flutters a couple pages. And Willie, you see it first because you're being shown the book. It's like one of those sketch pictures where you try to sketch something and then you just edit, you move it slightly to the left, and that's how you get
Like
those
a
moving
flip book.
pictures. Yeah, like a flip book. And as it flutters in the breeze, you see that Glowfrom has drawn that symbol twice now.
I didn't do it well the first time. I had to, start over.
Once
Glowfrom.
once on today's page, and once on a page from a few weeks ago.
Wait, what? What's the symbol? Which one did I draw it?
That same symbol appears when she rewrote the note found on the corpse of the dwarf in the barrow.
Oh, I have that.
I don't remember that.
That strange symbol.
I do remember. Wait a second, Willie, look at this. I already drew this symbol once. Remember down in the Barrows, he had the letter on him.
Right.
This is what they was looking for in the Barrows. They was looking for this amulet.
This symbol is the symbol of Gorlank. It's what the letter was signed with.
It's his signature.
What's the ranger doing with...
I don't know. This is Gorlank's necklace. It's got his name on it.
And that's where we end this episode of Shattered Crown.
Well, butts!
Hey!
Holy moly.
Yeah, that was a corpse in a well. Yeah, that was a hell of an
Why does
episode.
Roll20 hate me all of a sudden? I used to roll so well with Yodrick.
You know what? It's okay. It turned out all well in the end.
Yeah, we didn't have to kill Jack.
All's well that ends well.
All's
Yeah,
well
y'all
that
really
ends
wanted to
well.
kill Jack.
I did not want to kill Jack.
I did not want to kill Jack.
All's well that ends well.
You guys want to
Oh,
find a
wait.
dead body?
Clap. Nope, wrong one.
I
I-
spent half a session about the body slam element.
I will say, Aris, All's Well That Ends Well was so close to being the episode title, but I was like, if I put that in there, someone's going to look at that and be like, is there a well? Is there a well
Where
around?
is it?
Is there a well around? I was like, I can't do that. It's too obvious of a name. It's too-
Well,
too
look
hard
what we
to
have here.
No, boo! Boo!
Love it. 10 out of 10. Yeah, perfect. So Cold as Ice was the episode title. Little more subtle. But now that you know what the episode was about, makes a whole lot more sense. So let's go around, do our introductions so that we can get the hell out of here, do our after show, which you guys can get exclusive access to over on our Patreon at the $5 tier. Join us, get this after show, get all the other after shows for this show, all the other shows going back for the last 3 years. Yeah, so let's start with Aris. Who are you? Where can we find you? And what are you up to?
Hello, I'm Erisavad. I make things. You can find the things that I make at erisavad.com. I have a pre-order going on right now that ends in 2 days. So you should go head over to my website right meow. Use the code Hot Dice Daddies or Gnome Brew, whichever one you want, and order yourself something nice. And with every order, you get to support 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 artists working hard to make cool stuff.
Who are the others? Who are the other ones? I don't even know this answer.
You support me, and then you support 2 artists whoever makes the prints that you order.
Oh hell yeah, that's
Because
dope.
each print that I offer on my website is made by an independent artist.
That's super cool.
So every time I buy their fabric, they get money. So when I order for the pre-orders, I'm ordering 2 sets of fabric for each order. So each item, you support 3 artists.
That's dope. I did not know that. That's super cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, hell yeah, I love that. Guys, go check out airsavat.com. Go buy all the things. Use coupon code HotDiceDaddy for, I don't know, 6.9% off, I think.
It's 7%, I think. 'cause
It's 6.9.
Close enough. Nice enough.
Yeah, nice. For a nice discount. Gnome, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? What are you up to?
I am Gnome!
That's it. Perfect.
Go to his trophy shop. He's got cool art.
That's true. He started doing art things and selling stickers, and also check out Gnome Brew on
The
Mondays.
stickers are
Wednesdays,
so cool.
Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9 Central.
It's a cat.
I think I made that up. That could be
Oh,
correct.
did he just sneeze?
Dot, what about you? Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? What are you up to?
where little red dots are found, everybody. Oh, kitty. I spend most of my
So
time
many
over at
kitties.
Cobalt Press. But that's, that's my life right now. That and Pod by Night. That's it.
Hell yeah.
That's me.
Go check out Pod by Night and go check out Project Black Flag, which has a new name. Dot, what's the new name for
Does
it?
Tales of the Valiant.
There you go. And last but not least, Noir, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? What are you up to?
Hi, everybody. I'm Noir. You can find me all over the internet as the Noir Enigma. You want to go, buddy? Okay. That's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Tomorrow you can find me as every Friday at Gen Con for Table Takes. Then after that, I'll be joining Stella and many of the designers from All the Witches for a two-parter of our what shot for their Kickstarter.
Oh yeah.
And then this Sunday, you can find me over on Just the Humans channel, where I'll be GMing the spy game for Iffy Nawadaway, DM Steve, VB Wowzers, Dare to Dream, and Just the Humans. So check it out. It's for charity. It's for March of Dimes. So yeah, if you come hang out with us, Modifius has given us codes so that you can get your hands on the spy book game as well. It's pretty fun, especially if you like being sneaky and then blowing stuff up.
Hell freaking yes. Go check out all the things. Go support these wonderful creators here. That's going to be it from us. As always, if you like what we do here and you want to support the channel, the best way to do that is over on our Patreon. Link in the description down below. Again, $5 tier gets you access to the last 3 years worth of after shows. While you're down there, click on that Discord link. Join us in the Discord. Be a part of the community. Be a part of the conversation. But for now, we're out of here. We'll see you guys next week for more of these shenanigans. So from all of us to you guys, bye-bye.
Bye.